Hello, my beautiful baddies. Welcome back to yet another episode of Your Inner Baddie Speaking. Joining you from Budapest on my balcony. It is my last night here, and I just felt like relaxing with a glass of wine right before I spend my final evening at restaurants and bars that I wanted to see, and I just wanted to share some of my thoughts while traveling, and I wanted to start with something that I actually wrote like right after my shower today. It just kind of came to me, and it just felt like someone might need to hear this. Travel is a fairy tale that you wrote. It's like a gift to yourself, full of pinch-me moments, random smiles, strangers turned friends, and memories that will stay with you when you need an escape. And, you know, I have been feeling like I feel on most trips, grateful. I feel as if I can't believe that this is real life. I'm sitting here as I was getting ready post-shower with a glass of wine in hand. I've got my makeup ready to go. I've got my favorite perfume, Spritz, getting that on. And I've got light jazz music in the background. And as I played it, as I started and it's my Ritz Paris playlist, but as I started it, of course, what comes on but my favorite of two songs on that playlist. I mean, I like them all, but I have two very distinct favorites, and one of them came on first song, and it just makes you feel like this is exactly where I'm meant to be in this exact moment, living life. And it felt like the soft life that I have wanted for so long. I'm here in my hotel room overlooking what's about to be likely a beautiful sunset with a glass of wine, getting ready slowly before I enjoy my final night in a beautiful city after making friends, discovering new places, trying new food, and just enjoying life. And it really hit me that, you know, I felt gratitude. I felt these certain emotions while I've traveled before, but I don't know what it was. Today I felt like travel isn't just something that I love to do. It's not just something that I'm grateful to do, but it's something that feels like a fairy tale that I am writing for myself. It feels like a fairy tale that I am gifting myself. I get to provide this for myself. I get to choose this wonderful hotel. I get to choose these wonderful experiences. I get to take in these views. I get to experience new foods, new cultures, new people. And that's not something that I necessarily could have written in my day-to-day life. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with my day-to-day life, but travel really truly is a fairy tale that I get to give to myself. I get to make those choices. I get to live in a whirlwind of days where sleeping just isn't an option, and you're go, but you're also feeling such highs. You get to experience sunsets you've never seen. Last night I saw the sunsets on the Basilica, and I was chatting with a guy who was across because he was in like the photo op area, and when he left his table for a little bit, everybody took a photo, right? And as I'm chatting with him, he was like, yeah, it's great here, but it's not as good as if you go up to those two spots. I wouldn't have known that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take my drink, I'm gonna go upstairs, and I'm gonna enjoy an even more wonderful sunset. And right before I had enjoyed the sunset, I was at a dinner spot that I discovered the first night I was here. I was sitting on a rooftop, and I saw another rooftop, and I just thought it was a bar, but it turned out it was a restaurant, and it looked intriguing. And then 2 nights later, I saw it again, and I thought to look it up, and they had a reservation available, and here I was at a reservation where it's hot here, so I was in direct sun, sweating my ass off. However, because I took the chance on seeing something that felt meaningful and felt worth checking out even from afar, I showed up and got my first pick of tables for the evening and ended up having an unobstructed view of the whole city and river, and being able to eat dinner and read my Kindle and enjoy the ambiance in such a way that it literally feels like I'm living a fairy tale. I feel like when I travel, I'm in this fairy tale mindset, because when I am just me, and even when I'm not just me, like I just got done seeing family and being there for my cousin's wedding, which was such a phenomenal experience, and I was so grateful to be able to get together with my family. We don't get to see each other often enough, and it's such a blessing to have family that you love and have family that you enjoy being around and get to spend a few days with. But coming off of that and being solo, I get to be in this beautiful city making decisions for what do I want to do? What do I want to see? How do I want to spend my afternoon? What feels good to me? What makes me want to spend my time? Whether it's a glass of wine and getting ready, whether it's this beautiful terrace that I'm lucky enough to have and enjoy, whether it be a sunset. I mean, I get to write this. I get to decide this. I get to choose this. I get to live a fairy tale where I'm on cloud 9. Everybody's fantastic. Everybody's so kind. Everything I eat is so amazing. Every drink I have is like a drop of goodness that just fuels my soul. And I feel so incredibly lucky to be able to gift this to myself. I get to be able to love myself enough that I go out into this expansive world in a country I've never been to, a place that I do not know, and I get to discover it. I get to wander through the streets at night. I get to see a rooftop and think, I want to be there. And I changed my plans. I literally changed my entire evening to actually be at the rooftop that I was at last night. And I'm so glad I did, because it felt right to me. This fairy tale feels right to me. And I get to give it to myself. And I wish that everybody felt like this. It is a fairy tale to have little responsibilities. I don't have to cook. I don't have to clean. I don't have to go to my job. I don't have to do those things during the time that I'm here. So I get to live this fairy tale. I get to live in the joy of my choices. I get to create this amazing experience that I will vicariously live through my stories on Instagram after this and continue watching them and help bring those memories to life. I get to hear the city again. I get to see the city again. I get to go, that was a good meal. I really enjoyed that. I get to remember how I sweat through my clothes as I walked through the city because it's fucking hot here. I get to just live. I get to enjoy this glass of wine. I get to enjoy all of this. And not only that, when I'm taking these trips, whether they be solo or with people, I'm also picking up things that I want to take back with me into my real life. I get to see certain things in the hotel that I love and that I want for my home. Like today when I was getting ready, I've seen the flowers in my bathroom as I've gotten ready previously, and as, you know, when I checked in and came into this place, but I didn't think much of them. I mean, they're pretty, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't until getting ready today that I went, it is such a lovely touch to have flowers in the bathroom as you're getting ready. It is romantic. It's romanticizing your life. It's beautiful. It brings beauty to the ordinary of me just putting on my makeup like I do normally. It's something that brings the fairy tale home. And I realized that I want to do that when I get home. I actually have flowers in my guest bathroom, but I don't have flowers in my bathroom. So that's something I get to take note of and take home with me. This terrace experience, maybe I can recreate that on my own balcony. The mood lighting I've seen, I remember this one from my boutique hotel in, where was it? Oh, Napa Valley. In my boutique hotel in Napa Valley, I had such an experience in the sense that when you woke up, you know, you can open your curtains to this beautiful sunshine and experience that. And then at night, when I came home from dinner after the wineries and getting ready and just running off to dinner, I felt like, you know, I didn't have the full experience of just winding down, right? I'm go, 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 which sometimes can happen on a trip. Sometimes it's more relaxing, sometimes it's not. And on this trip, I remember coming home and there were candles lit and the mood lighting was dim, and it felt like I was coming home to a sanctuary. And that's something that I want to do in my apartment. I want to have that lighting that when I come home, it's automatically on at a setting that makes me feel good. It makes me feel welcomed. It makes me feel calm. I get to take that and recreate it at home. There's so many things that I want to take from these fairy tale sort of stories and bring home to make my life more like the fairy tale that I feel when I'm not working, when I'm just doing whatever and living life to the fullest. I want to do that every day. And so I take these moments and I take these memories and I take these little trinkets and little notes from where I've been and try to recreate them in my life. But while I'm in it, I just want to feel good. I just want to feel good. And when I travel, so much makes me feel good. The people who welcome me, the restaurants that are, you know, delivering top-notch experiences, the views. I mean, last night I actually visited a rooftop bar that I went to on the first evening last night again, and I canceled a reservation in order to go to this so that I could enjoy the view. And I got so lucky. I didn't have a reservation. It's a very popular rooftop bar, and I got lucky enough that they got me a table with a spot-on view. And I got to sit there and read my Kindle and enjoy a cocktail and just feel like life was breathing itself into me. And for a moment, just look out at the night view, the night sky, and think, this is my life. And I want to feel that every day of my life. And not everything goes good at home, and not everything goes good on vacation. I mean, I am probably running on absolute empty. I can't seem to sleep through the night extremely well, and I'm not sleeping many hours because I've got shit to do. And last night I thought I'd be home sooner than I was, and it took a turn when I ordered a second cocktail to keep on living my little fairy tale. But it doesn't matter because it felt fantastic in the moment. I didn't want that fairy tale of an evening to end, and so I didn't. I make every last choice on these trips to make myself feel fulfilled and feel happy and feel like my choices reflect the love that I feel for myself. And I think that's why it feels like a fairy tale, is because I love myself so much that every choice that I make on these trips align with what I want, and I discard everything that I don't want. I keep it exactly as what would make me happy, and anything else that wouldn't make me the happiest, because there's a lot of decisions that I think would make me happy, but maybe not the happiest. And every decision that I make that makes me the happiest, how could you regret that? How could you feel anything but love for your life? And it's funny, I actually, on my first night, not the first place I went to, but the first place I went to in the evening was that rooftop bar that I visited last night again. And I met a group of people simply by asking them to take my photo, because they looked like they were going to be good at it, and they were phenomenal people to chat with. I joined tables with them, and a friend showed up of theirs, and we got to chatting, and I said that I was on this trip by myself, and she said, I would love to travel by myself, but I don't know that I have the confidence. And what's so interesting to me is, one, of course, you know me at this point, guys. I immediately said, you absolutely could, and you should. And I said, the second you feel brave enough to do it, book it. Do it, because you won't regret it. But another thing that's so ironic about solo travel is it feels scary. It feels daunting. Everything relies on you, right? Every problem, every booking, every reservation, everything. It all comes from you. There is nobody else to go and make those choices for you. But the freedom that comes with it and those choices, actually, I have found has given me such immense confidence that I love solo travel in a way that I didn't even know I was going to. I thought I would like it, and I wanted to dabble in it because, schedules don't always align with your friends, and you don't always want to give up an opportunity to make memories and create experiences just because somebody else can't go. And what was so interesting to me is that for those who feel like they don't have the confidence to travel solo, I would say to you that you will build that confidence while traveling solo. You will actually feel so empowered and so grateful that you made that leap to travel by yourself. And I did it slowly. I have a whole episode on solo travel where the first time I traveled by myself, it was only for 2 days. And it was so I could feel comfortable before doing a week-long trip or a few days longer, a long weekend or something like that. So by the time I got to Italy, my first real solo trip, I felt better. I had dipped my toes. I felt more confident. I knew that I could eat dinner by myself. I knew that I could go to places by myself. I knew that I could navigate by myself. And I decided to start in a simple place, in a place that I had been before. So I knew it well enough that I wasn't going to feel completely overwhelmed by the first solo experience. And so I just want to put it this way. The confidence you are looking for to be by yourself and to be feeling absolutely loved and absolutely good by yourself is waiting on the other side of taking that leap and taking that trip. And when you get on that trip, you will realize, for good or for bad, because things can go wrong, things have gone wrong for me, and it's okay, you will realize that you are gifting yourself a fairy tale. And each time you gift yourself these experiences that feel like a fairy tale, you get to take pieces of that fairy tale home. And you get to make your life one big fairy tale. And what more could we ask for? What more could I ask for? I can't wait to, one, go home because I know exactly what order I'm getting. I know exactly what I'm ordering for dinner. I can't wait to cuddle my cat. I'm excited to be home and to be in my routine, but I'm also so excited to close out this latest fairy tale, in the sense that, yes, I wish I was here for another week, but honestly, my body needs sleep, and for the majority of my flights tomorrow, I'll probably be passed out, because your girl has had way too much fun, and living a fairy tale, definitely, it ain't for the weak, in the sense of you might not get the sleep that you want, coming from somebody who loves sleep, but you will get the experiences and the memories that you have wished for probably at some point in your life, if not most of your life. So go out there, find the bravery and the confidence to go and book that trip so that you will gain that confidence and go write your fairy tale. All right, maybe it's a glass of wine talking and this whole fairy tale talk, but I am ready to go get pre-dinner drinks. I'm ready to go get some dinner, and I am ready to just end this fairy tale on the very best note that I could. With that, say it with me. We're in Budapest. We are going to say this loud and proud. I'm out here on my terrace. I have no idea if anybody else is out here, but fuck it. We're saying it loud. All right, so say it with me. I'm a fucking baddie. All right. Love y'all till next time.